Cathie Wood is buying up on Tesla as it falls towards the $200 level. So should you buy? Stay focused for the next few minutes as we go through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, Ark Innovation ETF has purchased 66.2 thousand shares of Tesla after its Q3 earnings report missed their target. This is Cathie's second purchase this month as she bought 132,000 shares on 4th October when the company had missed their deliveries target. Next up, Elon said that they might miss their 50% annual growth target as well, and here's what the Wall Street has to say. An analyst thinks that Tesla will likely cut vehicle prices in the fourth quarter with a 5+% price cut in China. He said that weak demand in China is probably the reason why the Q3 report was a miss. Apart from this, Elon thinks that the recession can last until the spring of 2024, and in our opinion, he is correct, and the markets will likely get a strong bull run in 2025 or 2026, making millionaires. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for Tesla, and first we'll analyze the 1-day chart, then 1 hour, and turn it off, we'll get into the 5-minute chart. But I already told you guys yesterday that we'll get resisted around the $215 range, which we did, right? I told you guys that we'll end the day off in a red candle. We did that, right? So that is pretty much correct. Now, if we look at today's performance, we can see that we're forming a squeeze over here. So in my opinion, we should probably keep the $215 range as the top of that squeeze, and 202 or rather $200, pretty much this entire range between $200. So let me just get a triangle or rather a rectangle for that. So 202 and $200. This should be the resistance or rather support range. I'm sorry for that, right? So we'll probably squeeze into that from here to here, and then we might eventually fall. Now keep in mind that I'm emphasizing on the eventually because of course stock market, it can turn around any time, right? But in my opinion, we should probably get down right again to the $202 range. The stock is performing better after the earnings report crash, right? But that recovery does not seem long lasting to me at least. I believe that we should continue the bearish trend from over here, and if we do, as we all know that the bond yields are rising as well and inflation doesn't seem very good too. Robert Kiyosaki said in a recent interview as well that the Fed won't be able to control the inflation this time. And even if we look at Elon's own statement as well that the stock or rather the entire economy will be in a recession until 2024, that all points to just one direction, and that is down below. So in my opinion, we should at least touch the $180-$182 support that was indicated by the Bank of America at least once before we get back into a bull run. Now this is just speculation, right? It might be entirely wrong, but hear me out on this, right? This is my opinion that we might probably get to the $182 range before we go up, right? Bank of America said that as well, that if we break $206, we'll probably have to get to $182 to get supported again. So even if we get a good day today, right, even if we get a green candle today, I believe that we'll probably be squeezed into this range itself between 215 and 202. So that is my guess for the day. But does this mean that you should short the stock? Definitely not. In my opinion, Tesla is a great buy and it can most definitely get to, this range around $300, $310 next time, or rather next year. I'm sorry for that. But I am bearish on the stock short term, and I believe it should go down under the $200 range at least, even if we don't, get to $182. We should at least get under $200 once. But with that, I don't believe there's much left to analyze in the 1-day chart, so let's quickly jump for the 1-hour chart. If we look at the 1-hour chart, we can see that we got a breather over here after the earnings report fall, right after the major gap down. So we made a pin bar candle over here, which indicated a bull run. We got that. Then we got a rather squeezing market range, which, as you guys can see, it bottomed over here at $205, which is unusual. Then we got two pin bar candles on the lower side, right? These indicated rising selling pressure, but of course today we are getting pretty much an inside candle indicating volatility and mixed reactions in the market. So if we talk about some resistance levels by the 1-hour chart, of course we'll get one at 208.4 and 210, of course, right? After 210, we'll probably get one around 211, right? 12, 13, 14, they'll be the psychological zones. So I believe we might just get a green candle for the first chart, or rather the first hour of this day, and then we might get another green candle squeezing up, then some red candles, and eventually squeeze into this range, right? That, of course, won't happen in a single day. That is just what I'm saying for the hourly chart. If we talk about the day, I believe the day should end range bound somewhere between 210 and $208, right? We'll end it off in a green candle. But with that being said, I don't believe there's much left to analyze in the 1 hour chart. So let's quickly jump into the 5-minute chart where the real stuff lies. Now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that we're getting a major sell off in the current 1020 candle, and this does not look good, of course. If we even talk about this point over here where we got a pin bar candle on the green side, right? First up, this pin bar candle on the lower side indicated a downtrend, but then we got a green candle over here which was a pin bar, but it's being followed by a massive red candle. Now this definitely is not a good sign. It might just indicate that the markets have reversed. Of course, if we look over here, a lot of big tech stocks are going up, but things like AMD, Baba, ChargePoint, right? ChargePoint is going down, Lucid is up, and Neo is going down as well. So this just might indicate that we've touched our today's top. So that was $210. Now we're ready to go down. So if we talk about some support levels, of course, we have one support around 204, another support around 205.5, 206, right? After that, of course, I've told you that $200 will be a psychological support, so 202 and 200. But other than these, I don't believe there are many support levels for the stock, right? Since is known to be volatile, so of course it will go up and down. If you're a long-term holder, don't worry about it. If you're an intraday trader, you might have some great shorting opportunities in this time. If we talk about a potential bull trend over here and a potential reversal, right? Even if we talk about making higher highs and lower, higher lows, I'm sorry for that, we will eventually have to stay above this high, or rather this low that we made around 206, right? So as long as we're above that, we will have a possibility of another bull run. But even if we go down, we'll probably come back from the $204 range, get over here in the mid market, and as I already told you, we'll probably end the day off around the $208 range itself. If we look at the previous day's performance as well, I already told you that we went up all the way over here to the $215 range. I told you guys in my previous analysis that we'll end the day off in a red candle, which we did, right? A pretty big red candle as well. But we'll now come back to the current scenario. We can see that we're getting again into the green zone, right? So as long as we stay over here, we might just get continuation to our bull run, but I don't really see that happening. In my opinion, the market should end off somewhere around here in the day, a slight green candle, or rather, you know, um, it will either end off in a slight profit or in a slight loss. The market is not going to end in a massive profit or massive loss today. With that, final thoughts. My opinion on Tesla remains the same. I am bearish on it short term and I will be bullish on it long term, because this definitely is a good zone to buy if you're holding for the long term. But remember that this definitely is not financial advice and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.